Aloha, Audleyites. By now, you should know that phrase means it's time for yet another Audley Analyzes video. And tonight, I really didn't have any choice when it came to what game type to select. We've got CLG back-to-back nights have staked opposing teams on Truth Slayer, so it's time to take a look at just what makes them so damn good at this game type. They've just controlled both Team Liquid trying out a new player and Believe the Hype trying to fill the hole left by the other player. But while we talk about Truth Team Slayer, we are going to be following Snakebite. And before I even really get into what it is that they do, I'm going to point out one thing. Like, there's a big difference between Truth and Midship that no one really acknowledges or talks about. Like, Midship, everyone understood that it was okay to go car. But in this game, and you'll see it when the video plays out, that CLG almost never go carbine side except for off the start. And I'm going to talk about why that is. And to do so, I'm just going to look right here. In Halo 2 and Halo 3 on Midship, there's a little ramp that went right around here. People called it the Gandhi. And above that ramp, there was a ledge that went straight into the base. So if you found yourself on carbine side, like say you're just chilling right here, you had two routes you could go to get into the base. And while that still technically exists on here, you're so exposed going front of the base to try to get in, and it's such a long route that you're gonna die trying to do it in Halo 5. So really, you're only left with one entrance into the base. You're left with one choke point. So if you're coming car side, and let's say you're at carbine, you have four routes you can take. You can go to this choke point, you can go to this choke point, or you can go top or bottom middle, both of which get you lit up from any other side of the map. But now we're going to return to Snakebite's point of view and play out the video and talk about what it is that CLG do as a whole in order to force teams into that situation. Off the start, they pretty much just push to get any sort of traction they can. And I'm going to point out, Royal 2 has not left his base. He's sat in the window with the BR this entire time. So he's not going anywhere. Now we're back on Snakebite. He's running across top middle and helping his teammate get control of red base. Frosty dies in the process. Snakebite figures there's someone spawning cars. He goes and he's hunting. He does die here. So this isn't how they want to play. This is just how the opening kind of plays out. Meanwhile, you see Ogre 2 and Frosty kind of just pushing over the side. Snakebite comes back to help Royal 2, knowing there are players pushing into this base. Again, he dies, and unfortunately, the blue base is cleaned out. But you already see Ogre 2 in the red base, which is why Snakebite spawns here. I do find it odd that he's actually pushing carbine, because that's kind of counter to what they actually hold on this map. But it could just be that because his teammates are dying at pink, that he was going that way. After he cleans up the player, though, you already see him rotating back, and they're focusing on trying to get pink control. And the reason they want pink control is because they want to make sure that people are going to be spawning at carbine. So in order to do that, they have to hold both red base and blue base and pink. Spartan there going a little bit too far out, so Snakebite gets the kill. He should be doubling back toward pink, seeing as how he has two teammates at this base. Snakebite's actually kind of not following the general game plan from what I see. See him picking up the battle rifle. That's kind of important. Also got the sword in his back pocket, which will help him control any like close range counters. But you see, he sees a player in the bubble, puts a couple of shots in him, and he just leaves that player there. He's now turning back to help Royal 2 with the player at pink. Trying to let Royal 2 get out of this situation alive. Frosty helps him take over pink. Now he's just rotating back, making sure no one's pushing into this base on Ogre 2. They're just going back and forth, not pushing out through the choke points, just making sure no one pushes into them. And you see him rotating back up. It's just super, super passive, bait people into a choke point kind of game. And now while VictoryX was kind of hunting him, VictoryX backed down, and now Royal 2's cleaned VictoryX up. Snakebite's just looking to see if anyone's going to peek, try to push through this choke point. And again, you see all 4 players. I'm gonna hop into Flycam so you can see it completely clearly. All 4 players are spawning at Carbine, and as I said at the start of the video, if you're at Carbine, the only places you have to go are choke points and the highly exposed middle sections of the map. And again, that happened because you got a player in blue, a player in red, and then like kinda half-assed pink control. I think they could be doing a better job of that, but you saw when Snakebite was the one kind of around pink, he was just rotating back and forth, cutting off any players that came around. So now you can see they have control of the battle rifles, they have control of the spawns, and just anyone trying to push is going to get into a very funneled route into the base. Right there, VictoryX is making a mistake by not immediately pushing into the base and helping his team get in there. Snakebite is trying to help his team take back control of red. Gets picked off from good long-range shots out of Cloud. CLG are already up 11 kills with the way they've played this map so far. Frosty already back in the red base. Snakebite sees one player dead on his team there, so he's rotating to help. See, here we've got 3 players, so he's rotating back, making sure no one's going to push Ogre 2. Uses the Spartan charge to get there faster, so he still has his thrust if he gets into a fight. It's a very subtle thing that's actually kind of huge. Stabilizes just under the ledge. And now his shot is just warmed up. He's going on. There again, see him picking up the battle rifle, making sure he's got that range advantage and that aim assist advantage. Red team trying to push through, and I'm going to highlight this Sightline. Even though they're going through a choke point and they're outnumbering the blue players over there, Snakebite is able to help on anyone pushing from the bubble because of this Sightline right here. You can be seen running from the bubble into the base. Anyone in the attic, anyone in the window. They will see you coming across. You'll get weakened a little bit. And it's just so easy for players in either of these positions to help their teammates across map. You try to push on either of the choke points, you get softened up. You can't just like guarantee a push by overloading one of the car sides and pushing into the base, which is unfortunately what you have to do in order to get in there. So it's still a gamble trying to take over the base against CLG's setup that they've got. Now, as they've lost the base, you see him rotating back, grabbing the camo on his way. A little bit delayed camo, so you can tell they're not putting a huge emphasis on it. Gets the kill there. Gets the cheeky ground pound. And now you see Spartan getting picked off from both Frosty's assistants and the 2 players in the blue base. Snakebite entering this red base. It looks like anytime they kill a player, someone rotates back toward pink to ensure those spawns stay blocked. There, Frosty dying opened up the spawns for the red team to get into the red base. So now Cam is alive in this base, and he's hunting Snakebite. Snakebite with another cheeky ground pound. Stays alive. Now he's in a one-on-one uncommonly, wins the one-on-one. Snakebite just that's not anything strategic right there to analyze. That is just fantastic. Individual decision making, and of course his shot being on fire. Now he finally forces Cloud to back down while he reloads, gets his shields back. It's just amazing single-person hold of this base. The only mistake he's made in this situation so far is not picking up the storm rifle while he had the opportunity. And now he's on a killing frenzy, so that mistake is very, very minimal. Now he's dropped his pistol for the storm rifle, and found another pistol. Everything is just being played perfectly by him at this point. The red team have finally taken over the blue base, pushed out, but at this point it's too little, too late. Commonly goes top middle, gets cleaned up, and this was the second of the two stakes that I was talking about CLG getting on this Gametype. So, yes, the Truth Team Slayer is absolutely Counterlogic Gaming's Gametype right now, but maybe now with this video out there, you guys can see exactly what it is that makes them strong, and you could take it home with you and get better. With that, I'm going to close out this video. Actually, a shorter Audley analysis since it is a Slayer game type, and hope to hear from you. Hope you guys watch my next video. Aloha!